Yo, 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 yo. Yo, what is the word, my beautiful black people? Last video, I talked about an old homeboy that I had that admitted to enjoying uh, being in dysfunctional and sometimes violent relationships. This is something that he actually admitted to. Well, for all you people that saw that video, if you remember, I brought up his girlfriend at the time, and I told y'all that I had a story that I wanted to tell about her. Well, this is the video to that story. Now, what I want you people to remember is that I said it in that last video. This woman barely spoke to me, okay? She barely spoke to me. She didn't act funny with me, but she was just, I don't know. She barely had anything to say to me. All right, so keep that in mind while I'm telling this story. Okay, one day, me and my homeboy, we standing around again, turning up the oldies, puffing on the blacks once again. And we got on the subject of relationships once again. And we were talking, and there was a specific point in our conversation where he brought up his current girlfriend. And he told me, he said, man, I'm going to tell you exactly what type of woman she is. She's the type where she'll try to go to bed with you in order to get back at me. Now, just like in that previous video, I'm standing there and I'm puzzled. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, if you know this, why the hell are you even with her, cuz? You know what I'm saying? Why the hell are you even with her if you know those are the types of games that she roll with? But I talked about that in that first video. We're not even gonna get into that. But yeah, that's what he tells me. Well, just like always, they wind up getting into a huge fight one day. So, a few days later, I'm chilling at the house. All right. And my woman at the time, she decided to come by. She came by. She was spending the night. Okay, so she comes by. Now, I guess I had, taken a couple of extra swigs that night. I probably took a couple of extra puffs on the killer, so I decided to retire to the bedroom early that night. And, I went to bed. So my woman, she's at the house. I guess she was like watching TV in the living room or whatever. Okay. So I wind up going to bed. Well, about maybe an hour or about an hour and a half later, she walks into the bedroom. And I wake up. I wake up when she comes in there. And she's like standing up there and she's looking at me. And then she says, "What was that about?" Now, of course, I don't know what she's talking about. I just woke up, so I'm like, what's up? And she's like, well, that was your homeboy's girlfriend. She just came knocking on your door. And I'm looking like, 'cause the thing is this. The woman, it's like I said, the woman barely spoke to me, okay? And she sure as hell had never been to my house before. All right. So now my woman is telling me that she showed up at my door. So I'm looking like, I'm looking like, oh yeah. I'm like, well, uh, what did she want? And she tells me, she's like, well, she said, she was looking for your homeboy. But why would she come knocking at your door? And I'm looking like, shit. You tell me, I don't know. And she says, well, that's not what it looked like she was looking for. So I'm like, uh, once again, I'm like, what is you talking about? She's like, well, when I opened the door, she had like this shocked look on her face, like she wasn't expecting me to be here or something. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, yeah. And she was dressed like she wanted to seduce you or something. And I'm thinking, whoa, hold on a damn minute here. Now, if you guys and girls remember, earlier in the video, I told y'all what my homeboy had told me about her. Okay? She was the type that would try to go to bed with me in order to get back at him. And so now this woman is showing up at my house. Look, I didn't even ask my woman what she was wearing. Because I didn't want her thinking that I was even interested in that. So apparently this woman showed up wearing something and she just looked all shocked, when my woman answered the door. And hey, he had told me what was up, so I knew exactly what she was showing up over there for. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that I wasn't the one that answered that door. People say that everything happens for a reason. And I wound up going to bed early, but could you imagine how it would have looked if I answered that door? My woman would have been sitting there looking like, what the hell is this? You know? And she was there that night, and pretty much short stopped all that nonsense. And it's just an example of somebody that has no values, no scruples, and no morals. Um, yeah, and you want to know the killing thing about it? I wound up seeing her after that, of course, and once again, she barely had two words to say to me. So you showing up at my house dressed however you was dressed, and a little while later, I come around, and once again, you barely got anything to say to me. I mean, yo, that's crazy, man. Look here, people. I hope neither one of you are dealing with somebody that would pull something like that, because it's not worth it. It's not worth being with a person that would try to creep around and do stuff like that behind your back, because I mean, straight up, that's just dirty. Straight up, yo. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.